On special segment tonight, the special trials of children of alcoholics, grown-up children who, even with the passage of many years, cannot completely heal the wounds of growing up with parents who drink too much. A book dealing with these problems has been on the bestseller list for more than 5 months now. And as Robin Young reports tonight, it has brought together so many adult children of alcoholics.
I remember the day that I realized that there was someone else like me. I was with a friend who was reading a book about adult children of alcoholics. And I picked it up and I sort of thumbed through it, and I couldn't believe what I was reading. I immediately went out and bought a copy.
Well, we put it in the window, and since we put it in the window, we sell hundreds of them. We have to reorder them as soon as we get them.
And it was tough getting through the first 4 or 5 pages. It took me about 2 days because it was so painful. It was wonderful at the same time because I realized that there is a reason, there is an answer for the way I am.
Kim was an overachiever with no self-confidence. Maureen suffered severe eating disorders. This woman was once dependent on tranquilizers. All read the same book, all sought help at one of 4,000 support groups for adult children of alcohol.
They felt sad forever. You know, how long have you felt sad? As long as I can remember.
Author Janet Woititz, a doctor of education with a practice in family counseling, says in her bestseller that parents who drink too much put their children on an emotional roller coaster, loving one day, cold the next. The children learn to deny the family alcoholism and its side effects until, as adults, that becomes unbearable. How sick can someone get because they grew up in an alcoholic environment?
Dead, I guess. It's as sick as you can get.
Suicide?
Absolutely.
And if I was a perfect little boy, somehow I was going to make my father well. And when it didn't happen, and my father wasn't getting well and the family was getting sicker, at that point I would look at myself and think, there's something wrong with me. I should have been able, as a little 7-year-old kid, to be able to fix everything. And I carried that into my adult life.
The groups follow the principles of Alcoholics Anonymous and use guidelines written by Dr. Woititz. Members may not have a drinking problem. Instead, they replace their parents' alcoholism with their own compulsive behavior. For instance, they become workaholics.
They will also be attracted to what they understand as love. And what they understand as love is someone who is warm and loving one day and rejecting the next. Those are the people who hook them in. Many adult children have been called possessive. It has been said that they do not take lovers, they take hostages. This comes from a fear of abandonment.
A Rutgers University workshop in alcohol studies features a lecture by Woititz that's aimed at healthcare professionals. She says they've lagged behind in alcohol studies because so many healthcare workers are themselves children of alcoholics. This doctor agrees he misdiagnosed patients because he didn't want to see alcohol-related problems in them that he didn't want to see in himself. And all of these doctors and social workers agree that they're trying to fix people today because as children they failed to fix an alcoholic parent.
When my grandfather would get drunk, I felt very responsible for all those little reasons. I didn't do this, I didn't do that right. What could I have done right?
Do you think you're becoming a doctor?
Oh, I think it had a lot to do. Oh, yeah, gosh.
Since part of the problem is denying that there is a problem, part of the solution is acknowledging it, which is why Woititz encourages everyone at the workshop to try to remember being a child.
And look at that child and see that child for what that child really looked like, what that child really felt, how that child could not in any way be responsible for what happened in that household. Some can't, some are still angry, but many of them were able to begin to love that child.
Those who come to that realization feel relief for the first time, knowing that they can work to change their behavior. And Woititz says that's doubly important because adult children of alcohol, whether or not they drink, can pass their compulsive behavior on to their children. Recognizing that behavior is the only way to end that alcoholic legacy. Robin Young, NBC News, New Jersey.
That's Nightly News for this Thursday night. I'm Tom Brokaw. I'll see you tomorrow night.